Welcome back to episode...
we didn't clap together.
Okay, well, 3, 2, 1. Welcome back to episode 23 of the Point Podcast. Ben is jumped on the train of clapping with me. This is my thing. I've literally done it for 20 weeks and he jumped on the last few weeks. But you know what?
It works.
I want you to because we're in sync.
And we're excluding Brock.
In every single way. And you know what?
First time.
You know who else is excluded? Ben, in calling Brock a fat.
We cannot air that.
Yeah, we can. We can bleep it. Beep, beep, beep. Yesterday in the shops, Brock, what did you say? I don't even remember what it was that you said.
No, you called me that as a joke.
Yeah,
like
in
we're
regards to
at work.
something. No, I just said it in the shops. I was like, yeah, all right, you're fat. This is
Oh,
all
yeah,
getting
we're
bleeped.
walking through
We're
Woolies.
walking through Woolies. And you're like, you're one of two people that can say that to me and I don't care. I'm like, God, yeah. I said, is the other one not Ben? He said, yep. I said, hectic.
Yeah, I'm not allowed to say the bad word.
He's not allowed to say it. That one, at least. You say a lot of other bad words.
Oh, I don't have any. There's no recollection of that.
Shout out to the song Shame by System of a Down. Okay, that's all we need to know. You're going to look at those lyrics later and you're going to be like,
yes,
what?
I can grasp.
Shame
what
on
we're
her.
talking about.
That's all I'm going to say. Okay, so before we go any further into the topics that we have, because we've got a fair few of them, we're in a silly, goofy mood. Also, shout out to our set actually looking somewhat okay this week.
Yeah, our
not
set
bland.
Designer finally got here from like London or something and did their job properly. So
They've only done part of it. They've got more to come. And you know what else has also come into the set? This guy right here, baby. Woo! We talked about this on an episode a few episodes ago.
Yeah.
keyboard.
Xbox keyboard. This thing
is-
is fucking hectic.
Yeah, it is glorious.
Well, let's see if we can get some ASMR.
Oh, it sounds good.
Yeah, I told them before, like, I'm not a fan of clicky keyboards. I want that keyboard.
It's hectic. And there's a mouse that is not out yet. Technically, I had a look around. Apparently, this isn't out yet. It's on Amazon, but apparently it's not out yet. The mouse is coming soon. We'll have that on the set. I'm going to do some clicking sounds. It'll be crazy. But you know what else has been clicking?
You could click on subscribe.
Click on... Yes. Good job.
Yeah, please
Have a
do.
little bell. We need notifications, please.
Click on the bell. Give us a like. Subscribe. That's all I call it, subscribing.
Yeah.
But
Subscribe.
you know what else I subscribe to? PlayStation Plus.
Yeah. It's been a sad week.
We try not to be too topical, but this one's funny.
Yeah.
To the people who don't know, PlayStation Plus went down.
For all
PSN in its entirety went down.
Was it a full 24 hours or was it longer?
It was just on about 24 hours.
Just
I
on
think.
24 hours. This was Saturday for us.
Saturday morning, like 7, 8 o'clock. So it was like peak 5:30 American time when everyone gets home
Yep.
from work. Unlucky.
We were talking about this. We were at work when this happened. We were talking about this and we're like, one thing that I hate about a lot of gamers is they're not even entitled, but they're so almost bratty and childish that so many people acted like this was the end of the world.
Yeah.
This was like not even close to what Lizard Squad did in like 2014.
No, on Christmas Day.
Yeah.
They
2 weeks.
took it down, yeah.
Ridiculous.
Yeah, 2 weeks, I remember that.
Yeah.
But people have been going ape shit about this.
Yeah.
I can't get on my PlayStation. Bro, grow up. It's a day. I know it
outside.
sucks and you pay for it, but it's
See,
a day.
that would be that would be my annoyance with it, particularly when it's stuff like, okay, I've paid for your subscription, you've given me all these free games. Now I can't play those free games because it can't authenticate. It should have already authenticated. Why am I now like stuck behind this obstacle that I cannot fix anywhere? I get the frustration, but it's also like
I don't know if
Tom's
it's
right in
justified.
that
It's definitely not
People were-
justified.
It's annoying.
annoyance was
Yeah.
like justified, not the level that some people were going to where like full on tantrums, honestly.
Yeah.
I think now that PlayStation have gone to a digital, they're trying to push solely a digital console. I think this may push them back a little bit, but at the same time,
Yeah, I mean, like I, didn't
don't
think about
it's
that
enough
side.
to push them.
I don't
all
think
the
they
way
will.
back.
but it's now something to consider that
Wake
they're
up
probably
call.
always going to have the option to have a disk drive installed.
Sorry, yeah, it'll definitely wake people up to like the danger
Yeah.
of like, here's what happens when everything's digital. But I mean, even if I've grabbed a game where it's like, cool, I've got the disc and all of that, so many single player games still require an online
Yeah, an active
verification.
internet connection as well.
Which
Why
does suck.
is that such a like? Oh, I want to find the person who like put that forward as a great idea and kick them to death.
Oh, it was
Like-
PC. PC ruined it. With the DRM of games that you've got to play, like that was rampant like 10 years ago when DRM was massive.
Not DRM as in like DRM's annoying for a different reason, but single player games that have an always online, we need to verify.
Yeah,
even
no,
though
I
it's a
reckon
single-player
that's
game,
because of
not just-
DRM. It's just a snowball effect. Because DRM was
Oh.
the big thing that first came in, which for people who don't know, it's not being able to play a game without having an internet connection on PC.
Yeah, digital rights management, DRM.
It was to stop piracy, wasn't it? That was the
Oh,
idea.
That's the idea. It's
Yeah.
the
Didn't work, but
yeah.
Oh, it's stuff so many people around. Oh, you got bad internet connection, you can't play this game, XYZ thing. But I feel like that's just a snowball
EA
effect of
was
that.
particularly bad with
EA
it, with a
sucks
lot of
in
their
general.
stuff where it was like, I think
Origin
one
sucks.
of the Mass Effects or
Sucked.
one of the early Dragon Ages had like a limited amount of times you could authenticate. So if you swapped computers, same account, same everything else, it's just like, oh no, you've used it more than 5 times. You can't play this game anymore. Why? I have the game. I have the discs. I have it saved to my account. I'm signed into that account. Why can I not authenticate it anymore? You've used it more than 5 times. That's a stupid reason.
That sounds like a you problem.
yeah, it does. But I did see not Game Rant.
I know.
I will kick you
We'll
in a
get back
moment.
to what you're saying. That I know exactly what you mean with EA. You probably experienced this as well. You played Battlefield back in the day.
yeah.
Yeah, with like Bad Company 2 and I think even Battlefield 3, where there was a DLC code to put in to be able to play multiplayer, so you couldn't
Yeah.
stop pre-owned copies or like renting it from a video store, which
Yeah.
is still a thing back then for games.
You may still see this sometimes if you buy Steam games and it pops up with, like, when you first load it, it pops up with a little, here is your multiplayer CD key.
Oh yeah, yeah. I
it doesn't
forgot about-
happen much anymore,
I haven't
but
seen it in a while, but
yeah,
yeah, you're
anything
right.
you buy from like the 2010 to 2016 period.
Yeah,
Yeah.
almost 10 years ago. All right. What were you saying?
What was I going to say? Yes, I remember on Twitter, I saw, I think it was GameStop put up a thing saying that they wish that everyone now wishes that they still had physical media. Because, like, obviously now, if you want to play GTA 5, you can just put the disc in, play the game. If you got it for free with Plus when they came out, I think it was in December, your game's useless now. You've got
Yeah.
100 gig of dead space just sitting there on your console.
Also, I mean, like I said, it's annoying, but
Do anything else.
It's a day. It was a day. It grow up, things happen. It sucks, I know, but the amount of people have been saying acting like babies. We demand this. We need to get like 3 free games because of this. Like, I said this to you guys. I don't know why I made that, so I did it again.
He has said that quite a bit.
He
that
does
voice.
say that very often. Oh, hello.
But the amount of I don't remember what I was going to say anymore.
The amount of people that were complaining.
Yes, I don't remember where I was going from there.
People,
Been a long
yeah,
day.
People just they showed their entitlement, honestly. It
Yeah,
was,
if they can't play their games for 24 hours, who cares? But at the same time, they're now equally as angry because
I remember what I was
the
going to say.
compensation that PlayStation's giving out is an extra 5 days of PlayStation Plus.
which I've got thoughts on that, but you say what you're going to say.
What I was going to say was, but no, it was.
He's gonna forget again.
I fully I nearly forgot. I fully get. If it's been you had a massive day at work, you just want to come home, relax, something like that.
Beers, games with the boys.
Yeah, and then it just doesn't work, and this is your debriefer,
Yeah.
and that sucks. But
Time to beat the
also,
misses instead.
Don't do that. No, what I was going to say, like, you have, surely those people, like, you have a phone. You've got 1,000 mobile games on your phone. You have.
Who in their right mind has 1,000 games on their phone?
or even that, it's
I
like
meant maybe not in store,
Unless
right,
it's-
but there's like 1,000 things available to you.
unless it's
that you could
Balatro,
do.
I'm not jumping on my phone and be like, God, yeah, I couldn't play COD. I'm going to play fucking Genshin Impact,
yeah, let's see
bro.
what Wordle is today.
You're going to keep ripping into me, or you're going to let me finish?
No, we'll
you
keep
go- you
ripping
go.
into you.
Yeah, we'll rip into you. We'll do both.
Keep going.
You have 1,000 things you like. You have a phone. You have a TV. You have access
Yeah.
to the internet still.
Yeah, pull your
you
head
can
in.
do so many other things. Oh, I can't play Call of Duty. Oh, I can't play Siege. Oh, I can't. Go outside. Touch fucking grass.
Buy a gaming
Like,
PC.
Oi, all about that. Wait, let's go. Let's go, bro. touch some grass, bro.
Read a fucking book.
Oh,
like,
shout
there's
out to
so
the
many
alpha.
things
No,
that they
we
could
don't go
do.
that far, Brock. We're not reading books unless it's a gamer guide.
What I was going to say about their apology 5 days thing, I don't like. I kind of get why people feel that that's so not enough. So many people are going to be working through those 5 days. They're not going to be able to use all of those 5 days. I get like what you said earlier, like you would give them a free month or whatever.
No,
You said
no,
earlier today. You said
They were
this.
expecting.
yeah, that's
more
what they're
than
expecting.
5 days.
No, like, bro, 5 days is good.
PlayStation lost like 117 million in 24 hours, and then they're like, we want more than 5 days back. Like, that's not financially responsible.
No, yeah, they
Stupid.
lost just under a day, and you got 5 times as much of that back.
Yeah.
Also,
Okay, from that ratio, yeah, fair, very, very fair. But I don't know. I just think like, cool, you give me 5 days. I'm just looking at this past week for me personally. I'm like, I wouldn't be able to use those 5 days. I'd be able to use like maybe an hour or two.
you're acting like the person bought 1 day of PSN and it went down, and you're like, fuck, I
Yeah,
only bought that for that 1 day.
But even then, like, oh, cool, you get home from work 5:30, it's down. You entertain yourself for the evening. You sleep 8 to 10 hours. You're waking up midday on a Saturday. You're not just going to spend the whole day gaming, or you shouldn't be. You're going to go do the rest of the day. Oh, look, it's 6 p.m. on Saturday afternoon. PlayStation's
Time to
back up.
game.
Yeah,
You can game again.
it could have been very, very worse for
What's
all
my
of those
game
people.
again? What's my game
Their
again?
PlayStation could have blown up in the middle of a thunderstorm.
Shout out to Brock's PS4 like 4 years ago.
You're
Sorry,
still,
but
you're
yeah.
still salty.
I am still salty because insurance was just like, oh yeah, they're worth about $60 now. Like no.
It's a me,
No, it's not.
Luigi.
Waluigi.
But yeah, that was the big thing that was sort of our more recent news that we want to talk about. Actually, no. There was another recent news thing we want to talk about. Calling back to one of our earliest episodes, I don't remember, or we think we talked about it in one of our earliest episodes, was Rooster Teeth, how they went under.
Yeah.
We did, yes.
Rooster Teeth has come back from the dead.
All thanks to
Oh,
us.
We bought it. We are now the owners of Rooster Teeth. It's now going to be called Chicken Tooth, and we're going to go crazy. Woo! Thank you.
I was going to say we brought awareness to the issue, but yeah, buying it is also a good idea.
Yeah. No, we brought awareness with all 4 of you that watched.
No, that episode had a lot of views.
What's his name again?
Bernie.
Yeah, Bernie Matthews.
No, Bernie Burns.
Burns?
Bernie
Why am I thinking
Matthews. Who the fuck is Bernie Matthews?
I have no
I was thinking
idea.
of Bernie Mac, but I mean,
Yeah.
rest in peace to the king.
No, one of the original founding members of Rooster Teeth.
What was
came out of
was basically the original. Bernie made Red vs. Blue. He got his mates in to start doing it.
yeah.
He made Rooster Teeth, essentially. The other people were super important, were there, but it was his brainchild. Yeah.
And he's come back out of not retirement, but he's come
Basically.
back. Yeah. I
Yeah, so
suppose,
he-
probably
So the bit of a backstory to Rooster Teeth is that
you have the worst spelling.
I know.
would
Bernie
also-
Matthews. Look
I
at
would
this guy.
Also recommend going
I have
incognito
no
mode
idea
if you
who-
haven't.
I already am.
Oh, well, your links popped up from your messages.
And I just realized why I'm thinking Bernie Matthews. I'm not thinking Bernie Matthews. I'm thinking
Who is that?
Jaw pain.
I'm thinking Bernard Matthews.
Oh, yeah. It is private browsing.
Oh,
Oh, no, because I'm a fucking... that's why.
you're on Safari?
Safari sucks.
All right.
Yeah, we're 15 minutes in. Just think that. Stopwatch. You keep talking. You don't just look at me while I'm typing. I can't type when you
Who
look
is
at
Bernard
me.
Matthews?
I had a look
It's
at
a guy
no
used to
one.
make roasted chickens in England.
Oh, shout out to this.
Huh?
Bernard Matthews Turkey Drummers.
What?
God, you're old.
Yeah, I am.
But no, I thought Bernie Mac and like Transformers. God, what a movie.
Okay.
But yeah, Rooster Teeth
Yeah,
is back.
Sorry, Chicken Tooth.
So no, okay. Yeah, Chicken Tooth. Just add another 10 minutes to that. So about I want to say 6-7 years ago, Bernie left Rooster Teeth. I think he stepped down as CEO like 10, 12 years ago, and one of the other founding fathers, they called him, went into that spot, he was more of like an advisory. Sort of think of like Linus, how he is on Linus Tech Tips now. He's not the CEO of the company.
He's still the spokesperson and the face of the company, but yeah.
Majority owner, all these things, but he's not the CEO.
Yeah.
He stepped back. He kept doing the podcast. The Rooster Teeth podcast was massive for a long time. And then he ended up leaving. And he went over to, I think, Scotland, and he has a farm with his wife. Who ended up
Clarkson Farm.
Basically.
I don't know if he still does part of the podcast.
No, he does a different podcast. He does a...
D&D Tales from the Stinky Dragon?
No.
Maybe that's
You don't know what you're talking about. Why are you saying he does this? You do this all the time.
I'm sure he was the...
I'm sure you're a fucking idiot.
And?
Okay, enough with the button. Fuck's sake.
I like pushing them.
Press one of the other ones.
What's this one do? Oh, God, yes.
No.
We need to get the sussy Among Us
Stay on
ones.
topic.
Among Us. But, I need a fart. I just did. So, people are going to love watching this. Basically,
This is just
he was in Scotland. Scotland with his partner, Ashley Jenkins, I think it was. I think it's Ashley Burns now. She used to work for, I think, IGN or something like that back in the day.
I swear we've mentioned this before. Maybe it wasn't on the podcast.
Yeah, but she ended up working for Rooster Teeth about 10 years ago. She left. They ended up becoming a couple, blah, 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 whatever. They've been married for ages. I think they've had a kid together. I don't remember. But he lives in Scotland. And what happened was, as a recording, it was about 4 or 5 nights ago. It was last Wednesday, so it was about 5 nights ago. Like 3 in the for us, or 1 in or something like that. A video just popped up on the Rooster Teeth page, like YouTube channel, which is dead. Like it's dead. A lot of their IPs have been sold off. What are you doing?
No, just readjusting that. Keep talking.
Okay. All right.
For you to talk.
Ruby's been sold off. There's a few other things, like a lot of the podcasts that a lot of people on were acquired by those people. Yeah. Some other stuff was gone. It was very bare bones. Basically like Red versus Blue. I think that one of the animated shows, Camp, which I can't see anything happening with that. They're not going to have an animation division anytime soon.
No.
And a few other places. And a video popped up of, it's a video of their old studio, which was, I think it was called like Stage 5 or something. They bought like an old airplane hangar or airport in Austin, Texas, because they're based in Austin, Texas. Well before like all the influencers started going to Texas, they were there since they started.
Yeah.
And they own this whole thing. It was like a big hangar, and they'd like construct into like big offices, and they had multiple hangars, and you like a massive car park, and it looked really cool. It's just a video of you just stationary camera, and you just see Bernie's Tesla rock up, because he was like a super early adopter of Tesla.
Of course he was.
Yeah. And it's just following him walking into the studio, and he just turns the light on, and he's like, "Hey guys, where is everyone?" Blah blah blah. And it's like you haven't seen him on like proper Rooster Teeth stuff for like over half a decade. So I was like, what? Yeah, he listened to his podcast. He does a podcast. It's only like 15 minutes long. Fucking lame. We've already beaten you in time this episode. You can't see it on the screen, but we've got a 4 plus another 10. That's probably how long we've been going. But he talked about it with Ashley. The only people who were employed there at the moment is him and her. It is super Grand Roots, early days type of stuff. But this has been one of the only times I can remember. There's a couple others. But that original creators who have sold something off have acquired the original brand.
Or reacquired it.
Yeah, and are reinventing it. And I think this is the type of thing. Bernie's got his money. He had his money back in the day, but he's got his money big time now.
Yeah.
Because he got all that Discovery Channel money when it got sold to Discovery or Warner or whoever. I think it was Warner.
Would he have still been collecting royalties after the sale? Because like
on certain things, maybe
you would have had to put something in a contract to make sure that you don't sell off your baby and then reap nothing for the future. You'd have to have like a royalty on all. Like,
I don't think it's
perpetuity.
I got a feeling it wasn't actually. I could be wrong. I'm speculating, but I don't think there's royalties. I think it was a big upfront lump payment, and he became an employee that was on a payroll of probably a fairly high amount.
Yeah.
And I think that was the reason they did that was to grow the company so they could do a lot more, because they'll have this big parent company be able to fund that.
Yeah.
As we've seen with so many things, including a lot of the stuff in the gaming industry, that almost always ends bad.
Yep.
Almost always. But he's brought it back. And from the sounds of it, they're going to do a few more productions, a bit more like live action-y sort of stuff. They did a show about how if you fall asleep, you die or something, and it was like a thriller thing. I think they said they're going to do something a bit more like that.
It's a cool idea.
They're redoing a student film that he did in the 90s before it would have been early 90s, because he's like a film student. All this stuff, but I think it's just a thing. I've been so checked out at Rooster Teeth for probably a decade.
Yeah.
I'm keeping my eye on this. I reckon there'll be some good stuff. I think he's going to be like, there's no more pushing of like just corporate shit. It's going to be what he wants to do when he wants to do it.
Yeah.
He's got a fairly good
All
eye for it.
creative decisions.
It feels to me like when Ian and Anthony bought Smosh back about a year ago. And then there was a few other people that have done similar things before where they've bought back their original channels or creations.
I'm hesitantly optimistic because
that's a good idea.
Something you just said, like, I just realized something as well. You saying like he's pretty switched on with all of that, and like he was switched on with it 10 plus years ago. Whether or not he has stayed sort of like, if he's able to put something out that's still
relevant,
going to resonate with what's new and what's hip at the moment.
No, I fully get you. I could be wrong. I feel like he said something about that in this. Because he's old. He's mid 40s now.
Yeah. Don't. Don't.
But from what I've seen, he's very. He knows this.
Yeah.
But I will also say, I feel like Rooster Teeth captured not a niche, because it was a very big
there was different
channel.
Niches that had like
But
red versus blue.
But more like the podcast and stuff. He definitely had an aging demographic that kept with it.
Yeah.
And I feel like there's not as much content for that demographic anymore, because a lot of these places where I sort of put them in the not the same camp but same era as like your college humors and your Control Alt Delete, which is a bit suck. But like internet comics or they had a massive internet comic for years.
Oh yeah. Huge.
And I'm talking about Rooster Teeth.
Okay.
Yeah, they had one as well. I'm just saying, like, that they're from that era.
I know. Yeah, I'm agreeing with you.
Yeah, there was a lot of stuff where they're that type of generation, people who were very internet, switched on with the internet, but 10, 15 years ago.
Yeah.
But I think there's a crowd now that will also go back and want to, like, people have gone back now and watched all the Rooster Teeth stuff from back then.
Yeah.
And then plus all the existing fans coming back. I reckon they'll do perfectly fine.
Well, actually, now that you're saying that, even if they got like a quarter of their audience they had when they cancelled or they got shut down, you got to think they're going from having to support a team of like 100 or so to 2 people, so much more budget and everything. I know they're not going to have as much to put into productions.
Which that number is a bit, I find that a bit odd. Like when we're talking about like, cool, they're just a media production company.
They were big.
They were big, but you
Too
look at
big.
how many people they have. We just a couple of episodes ago were talking about different studios and that, and how many people they had. I was kind of amazed at how few some companies have. Like some big name companies, it's like, oh yeah, they've only got 40 people. How?
And this sounds like bad, but I mean, I feel like a lot of companies, employee-wise, they have a lot of fluff that they don't need.
Yes, there was quite a few that had way too many. Like Mojang, for example, we said like how many did they?
They
say
had 800, and we were talking about how they can't do a Minecraft update.
But then again, if you have 40 people who know what they're doing, you only need 40 people.
And I also question, for numbers like that, how many of them are directly involved in development, and how many of them are things like, oh yeah, that's the HR department, that's the legal department, that's this other department that has nothing to do directly with games, but this is a legal requirement for a company of this size to have. It needs a X department.
Yeah, I mean, but that's not going to be a massive, overwhelming majority of the company.
No, but you have like 2 or 3 departments where there are things like that. It's like, cool, that's an extra 100 people that could easily be trimmed.
Well, RT got to that point where they were having oh, there is they've got a specific, like their merch department has got 40 people in it. And then, there's like a legal department and then all these other departments that were like way more business oriented. I remember watching videos back. I used to watch like Achievement Hunter back in the day and things like that. And they had a thing where they would go around. They'd like some of the younger guys would go around during one of their news shows and like annoy all the people. Like it was like once every few months. And I remember them going in and seeing all of the more businessy people, and they were just like so not about it. And it's like, even back then I was like, bro, if you're going around and people in the company are so detached from what the company makes that they're getting shitty with it, and you don't have to play along with the joke. You don't have to be a personality or anything like that. But I know they're coming into your office and being annoying and you're doing work, but that's what pays your bill. That's what plays
the whole reason why your job exists in the first place.
Yes, and if they're so detached that they're pissed about that, the company's too big. It just is.
I want to agree with you. I don't think that, like... Want to agree? I don't think I can agree, though. I think that there gets to a point where, like, no, these departments are needed for this company to survive in a corporate world. It's a shame that it can't everything be like, all fun times and everyone's on the same boat and everything. But that being said, you need some level of detachment.
Well, what I'm saying is I understand that, but that's when I feel like most companies die. Like that, our media companies like that, when they start becoming soulless and, I go into
too
work.
Big for their boots.
When it's exactly. When it's a content creative company and you walk in, and I remember hearing them, like people in that company say this, is like, you walk in and you go into a room that people that work there and you don't know any of them.
Yeah.
Or you've never seen them. Or they treat you like shit because they think you're...
just a number.
It reminds me of a thing that I was seeing in a Linus Tech Tips video recently where they were going on about how, like, over the years they've gone from, we've got 20 employees, 60 employees, 100 employees. They've got, I don't know the number anymore, but, like, it's 100 and something, I believe. But even Linus will say, like, he doesn't, like, he walks in some days and exactly that. There'll be a group of people there and he knows that they work for, like, him ostensibly, even though he's not the CEO anymore. He has no idea what department. He has no idea who they are. It's just like,
at least
you're employees, but I don't know any of you.
Yeah, at least what I will say with Linus Tech Tips, it's tips penis.
Technology.
What I've always gotten, I know there's been drama with some like past employees and stuff with Linus before, but I feel like there always has been that sort of jovial, we are a company. He's always said we are a proper company and everything like that, but it's always felt fun enough that it's not super serious. Yeah. It is serious, but
it helps.
They can all turn on. They're all sort of on the same page.
It helps that, like, for the part of that company that interacts directly with the public, there's only like maybe 20 or so faces that actually appear in those videos on the regular. One of them's obviously Linus, and you've got ones like Jake, and you've got Riley, and
you've got his wife.
Yvonne and Yvonne. Those people. You don't need to know the other 60, 70 people who are all working in the next room, working in the labs and 100%.
But
so because the public is only sort of interacting with that much smaller part of the company, it feels a lot smaller. It feels a lot more cozy.
True, but for example, whenever I've seen videos, I know Ben has said like 2 words the last.
I'm just listening.
10 minutes, yeah. But at least, I mean, you might have seen this in some of the Linus videos where they go to the labs because he's got this massive, if you don't know, he's got a massive testing lab for like all.
Yeah, they did it in the video for the 5080 review. Yeah. I saw like 4 people I'd never seen before because they had all different people doing tests.
And did they all seem like they were sort of on the same page?
They knew what they were talking about. They all had very solid knowledge on that, and then they flowed between all of them perfectly.
That's what I mean. And even ones when it's been like on the go, like someone's just got a camera on their shoulder and it's Linus walking around and there's random people in the background that might chirp in because you can tell because they're not mic'd up. They're always on the same page.
Yeah, Corridor Crew is very similar with that as well.
Same with Corridor.
They walk around an office and go, what are you doing? And then the whole thing's, you'd think that the whole thing was planned.
Well,
all works perfectly.
Exactly. And you go back to the Rooster Teeth one, when I remember seeing these guys stuff around the studios and stuff, they went to the CFO or CEO, who was one of the original guys, but was never as much of an on-screen for the last like decade.
Yeah.
He was early on, and he did the voices in Red vs. Blue. He did like Sarge. It was Matt Holland.
Oh god.
Yeah.
Yep.
But he's way more of like he's a funny guy, but not as emotive, I guess you could say.
He's reserved.
A bit reserved, a bit more stoic, but he's good. They went in and they were fucking around, probably annoying him. And in his own way, he really was this fitting the vibe. He's sort of like, yeah, like fuck off, like, but like in a jovial sort of joking way, and went along with certain things they were doing. It's like, I know he's like a more performer oriented type of thing, but when you go like it, I just remember this video specifically. I remember seeing comments of people like, fuck, they hated when they went into the legal department or the merch department or something, and like all these people were like fuck off, like what are you doing here type of thing. But it's like they're the reason you're here. They are the reason you're here.
I also have a thought on that. As soon as you said legal, I was like, oh, maybe because.
I'm paraphrasing. This was like a decade ago. I saw this video.
I know, but I mean, look, where we work, if we were like filming stuff and we went past our legal department, we wouldn't be able to show any of that because some of it is.
Brother, we're not allowed to pull our phone out and record in the shop.
Yeah, I know, but I'm using this
now
as
you've
an
said
example.
sort of where we are. What do you mean? I've brought these cameras and I've recorded in there for them.
Whole different ball game. Find Tom on YouTube.
But things like, I'm sure there's confidential information there, which like maybe that was the reason why they were sort of antsy about it. Was like,
yeah, but
you can't be recording this. This is all stuff that's, you know, confidential.
At the same time, you reckon that wouldn't have gone through the amount of...
You don't think there's...
editing afterwards.
You blur the table with a bit of paper on it. It takes, what, 12 seconds?
Oh, it depends if you're tracking it and things like that. But yeah, I mean, like, it seems like, to me, at least, and that's when I sort of in my brain was like, okay, this company's got too big. When it seems like it just got very corporate, very soulless, and that was the whole thing. I know at the end they're like, oh, we're a big family and everything like that. It got too big. It got too fucking big. Yeah. I remember watching, there was like a Rooster Teeth live stream thing at the end when they all said like goodbye, and to be fair, I hadn't watched their content in yonks, but there's like 40 people on this like main stage. I'm like, I know 10 of you.
Yeah.
And the rest of them, it's like people who are like, I do this one specific podcast that gets 10 listeners a month.
That's ours.
Yeah.
10's a bit high.
No,
I mean, look, I felt a little bit the same during the Game Awards. Every time they had a developer come up and they were like, oh, this is da-da-da-da. And it wasn't until they said, oh, yes, I am, you know, head developer of X company that we did this game. That's when I was like, oh, okay. I still don't know who you are, but I know what you've done now. Like, it's the same sort of thing. Like, if there's too many
Definitely
people,
not, but...
I mean, for you, it's the same sort of feeling where you're just like, I have no idea who these people are. There is no connection there until they give you something like, oh, I did produce the little tiny thing that you might have heard of once.
No, I don't agree though, because at least in what I remember seeing, I remember going through and it was like, because I went on Reddit, because obviously their farewell thing got way more views than most of their stuff because everyone wants to look at drama sort of things. Yeah. The amount of comments of people like for the last 10 years are like, who's this person? Like, oh, they do this show that gets 1,000 views every month and no one watches and has been going on for 6 months. And they're right up there. And this sounds really cruel because they all deserve to be sad and they lost their job and everything like that. But they're standing next to Jeff, the guy who is like Griffin Red vs. Blue and did all of Achievement Hunter and has been there from since the beginning. Yeah. Is the second voice you hear from the company. And it's just like, bro, what? And it's like when they're doing that, and I'm like, it just seems so detached. It's like, you've got to grow and evolve, and you can't expect it to be these people all the time.
Yeah.
But they had done that really well for 10 years. Their original crew of 5 grew into a crew of 50 or so that people fucking loved, and then it just went, who are you? Who are you? What the fuck is this? I'm tuning out.
I mean, a lot of not media creation, but a lot of content creation companies, we'll call them, all did the same sort of thing. Like Machinima.
Machinima.
Thank you. I can't say the word for some reason.
Oh, they never had like a proper, like, Crew. They did.
They were big for a while though, never hitting the same heights as that, but like they were big with the amount of stuff they were putting out.
Yeah, but
then they
did have a crew that you would think of, like personalities?
There's a couple of them, yeah.
I'm thinking when everyone left BuzzFeed as well. It was like 2018. Everyone decided to leave BuzzFeed, and BuzzFeed like, that's fine. We'll get new people in. Everyone just went and watched the Try Guys channel because it wasn't about the name of the company. It was about the people who were making the content.
And the people they probably put in BuzzFeed suck.
Yeah.
And an example of where it did work is with Smosh.
Yeah.
The new Smosh channel. People love those new people that they brought in.
Hectic. I didn't watch Smosh. I watched Smosh a little bit years ago. I watched all those clips that they put up now. Hilarious.
Yeah, there's heaps of stuff like that where they bring in new people and it's like, this actually works really well. This person's really good in this thing or XYZ. You just got to have people that can mesh well and do stuff. It doesn't matter if they're your mates. They've just got to be funny.
There's a couple of I don't remember the name of it, but it's similar to stuff like it's very BuzzFeedy content. It's all the sort of try not to laugh and risque jokes and everything. And it's a bunch of Aussies.
Australian, I know.
I know what you're talking about. Different Katie or something like that. Remember?
Yeah, something like that. But they've made mention about how they used to be on something else, and now they've come across to this show and done.
Oh, really?
Why do I feel like it's like DNF or something? But it's not.
Yeah, it's something like that. But people followed them from the original channel, and the other channel is still there, still doing okay.
Well,
but
that's what happened
it's
with
the same
Machinima.
thing, yeah.
They went to Funhouse, which was a subsidiary of Rooster Teeth.
Yeah.
And that's gone as well. Rip. But no, we'll get off this now, but to go back to this, I'm really interested to see where stuff goes. I'm really interested to see who comes in and is a part of Rooster Teeth now.
Yeah.
Really, if any of the original people do, a lot of people think they won't. Because a lot of the original founding people, they're in their 40s now. They're closer to 50.
With other stuff.
A lot of them, some of them have actively said, hey, we've got good fan bases, but it's hard because we've gone from having this company do this stuff and now we've got Patreons and things like that, and it's been hard. There might be pseudo relationships that sort of have a branch company.
They might just appear as guest stars every now and then. Yeah,
who knows?
I'm trying to find this goddamn channel.
I'm honestly interested to see if they stay as Rooster Teeth or if they
they are. They've done a
They would have done a whole buyback.
Yeah, it was a full buyback for the company name. That was the whole point. There would be no point of buying a company and then rebranding it.
No, I agree with that.
Yeah. So it looks like what they've done is they've changed the logo. It's missing a tooth now, or something like that.
That's okay. Yep.
But yeah, that's that. What else do we have to talk about?
We did have. I mean, Brock and I have started playing Red Dead together. Red Dead Online.
With a couple of the other boys.
Yeah, I mean, it's very dead.
I mean, it's always been
Red Dead.
It's always been fairly empty. Red Dead Online. It's never been the same heights that GTA got.
Oh no, they were never going to follow it. But I mean,
I don't want to just go off too much, but you've always said GTA really weird. GTA.
You knew what I was talking about, though, didn't you? So what's the problem?
Yeah, because you're a hick. GTA.
GTA.
You got a dome.
Anyway,
speaking of rednecks, Brock, your character.
Yes, I play Hillbilly.
He does play Hillbilly. I have no money in the game. It's
I
not
have a lot of
same
money.
as it's the same as GTA. See, that's how you say it correctly.
Yeah. Do you have orbital strikes as well?
No, I just have a lasso that I'm really good with.
Ah.
He's a pest. We'll be doing actual missions, and he's just lassoing people off their horse.
What color's my character, Brock? Are you allowed to call me a pest?
Yeah, that's why I was given that look.
I'll call anyone who lassos me in the middle of
a...
We bleep hard ass.
We get it. You're from the
South.
Gone Doug. I know it's a bit different out there.
Anyway,
I'm a pest.
Yeah, Ben's been asking me constantly, what else is there to do in this? Because we've only been doing certain missions that pay a lot at the moment.
They're just, you go to a house that's like a 4-minute horse ride away, you lasso the guy, take him back to the sheriff, and you're like, cool, that's $300.
Yes. But you complain about not having money. You're getting like $200 to $300 per each time we do it.
How much did I pay for my horse, Brock? And I got the cheap horse. $50.
No, you got gypped because you went to buy the horse and accidentally found, oh, I paid for that. I could have got that for free.
Yeah, the game wasn't very clear on the instructions.
Oh, God. Is there much longevity in playing that online?
Well, I think maybe 4 years ago, maybe.
Is there like, oh, we're going to play this
If
two
we-
more times and it's less and less fun every time?
No, look, if we keep doing the same missions we're doing now, yes, it's going to die quick. There's a whole slew of story missions and other stuff that we haven't gone anywhere near yet, just because we've been focusing on earning money first.
All right, you're talking about GTA?
Yes, sorry.
Sorry,
we're
Red
talking
Dead.
about
we had a technical difficulty, but we were talking about GTA and Red Dead Redemption. Shut up.
GTA.
We were talking about Red Dead Online, but yeah, we haven't got much more to say about it. So
Well, I just find like same deal with when GTA came out. Again, the correct way to say it. They
lightning.
slowly introduced different businesses to make money. I don't know how they did it in Red Dead at launch because I played it for a day and then got bored.
They introduced roles with their own missions and like slowly drip fed little similar to like how Grand Theft Auto has strangers and freaks or whatever they're called, those little like random missions you run into.
Mm-hmm.
They put in bits where you can meet certain characters from the single player mode, but it's all set like 2-3 months before the single player mode. So you can meet them and they'll have their little missions that somewhat tie into single player. Just explaining, oh yeah, this guy's here, he's waiting for, spoilers, he's waiting for Sean to show up and make their little gang and all this XYZ.
I love that game. Couldn't tell who Sean was.
Yeah.
No,
No.
Irish?
You'll find out.
Irish.
Irish.
But yeah, other than that, like we've done bounties. We have only done bounties.
Yeah, we're going to start doing moonshining soon.
It's like gun running, but in the Wild West.
Yeah, with
Gunrunners
explosive
Arsenal.
cargo.
It's a good DLC. It is to Fallout New Vegas.
I know the name. I haven't played it.
Gunrunners Arsenal, good, yeah.
But other than that, there's not a like. We did kind of light up Valentine the other day. We had like 30 dead civilians just running around, and then
Yeah.
some poor innocent bystander who was also a player his horse may have copped a bullet to the head accidentally.
Yeah, who fired that? Who fired that, Ben?
Me, I hip fired it. Good headshot actually. Yeah, we all then died many times after that.
Yeah.
Rockby in the Sweat was on the roof with his long gun, just
All right, this is
Ben
boring. We're talking about something that we were talking about earlier. Ben brought it up to me. How the fuck all these fucking dickheads of companies be they be doing that. No, all the
Battle Pass stuff.
no, not that. But your lad Bibles. Yeah.
Oh, Game Rant.
Oh,
Game Rant.
okay.
All these
Media companies.
media, oh my
outlets.
god. Journalists. There we go.
Okay, that's a better
Fake
way.
journalists.
Yeah.
Report all this gaming news, the biggest clickbait shit we've seen.
Oh, it's unbelievable. So a few weeks ago, I saw Game Rant. I get the notifications through my Google thing. I don't know why they still come through. But it said something about Sly Cooper getting remastered, and I was like, I'm not clicking on that purely because I know it's going to be some long spiel, and it's like they're re-releasing some game in some country I'm not going to go to or play. I then disregarded that, and then 3 weeks later, Sly Cooper Trilogy gets released on PlayStation Plus.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, cool. Could have been playing this 2 weeks ago, but that's all right. So since then, I've clicked on all these articles, and I got really excited again because they said, oh, Tomb Raider's coming back this year. And recently they've released they've done 1, 2, and 3 again as a classics remaster trilogy. I'm getting distracted by the screen.
Yeah, you keep talking.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh, let me read this, scrolled all the way down. There's about 8 or 9 paragraphs talking about how the games are coming back and all this sort of jazz. And then the thing that referencing in the title of the article was they're bringing back an old Tomb Raider comic book from like 2009 or something that has absolutely nothing to do with the Tomb Raider game at all.
Yeah.
It was like 3 episodes, like 3 issues, and that was it. It's being launched online. That's all it is.
I don't click on many of them anymore just because of exactly that.
You can tell,
My-
yeah.
All right.
We're living in a past, Mark.
My big thing I was going to say.
That?
Can
I wasn't having a go at you. I was agreeing with you.
Okay, sorry. I thought you were. Sorry.
This
all
happens
right.
so
Apologies.
often.
All right. Yeah.
My thing that I was going to say, which was like sort of similar vein, was this happened to me with Avowed. I kind of disregarded everything about Avowed because everything I saw about it, I was like, yeah, it's not going to be like that. It's not going to be clickbait. It's not until you actually talking on the podcast the other week showed me everything about it. I was like, oh, this actually looks really good. I'm getting heavy Oblivion vibes from this. I'm kind of into this. And now I'm looking forward to it. It's coming out in a few days, and I'm just like, I want this game. I told myself I wasn't going to buy another game day one. I may fail that and grab this one. I don't know.
I might get that. But no, you see some shit. I'm trying to find examples on here, but
if you got just go on their Instagram, all their article like.
So what was it? Game Rant talking about Tomb Raider getting the new Tomb Raider content coming this year, and then they had like remastered all this sort of stuff in the title. No, I'll just look on their website.
They post so much shit though, you're never gonna find it.
Oh god,
Yeah,
no! But the thing is, I don't need to find that specific one. I just find straight away. This first article is Grand Theft Auto 6 gets encouraging release window update. This already sounds like this is a nothing burger story.
Yeah.
That they're just gonna chuck random shit in.
I can tell you exactly when it is. Yeah, fall 2025. That narrows it down to exactly a period of 3-ish months.
Yeah, and it's what? So the summary: Grand Theft Auto 6 expected to launch in fall of 2025. Take-Two Interactive seems confident regarding GTA 6's release window.
Possible. Also putting the thought in people's minds that don't be disappointed if it's not fall 2025.
Who reads this slop?
Nobody, except for me, apparently.
Well, I don't know, because I mean...
I don't know. There is a lot of people that read it, but... I mean... It's like stuff from... who was it used to do it? I think it was PC Gamer Mag used to do it a lot as well.
Lad Bible Gaming is
Lad
terrible
Bible,
for it.
Yeah, the Facebook...
awful.
the Facebook
Actually,
posts kill me.
I'll get that.
That's what I was going to bring up, was like all the clickbait Facebook, not just the posts from stuff that they think you're interested in, but the sponsored ads where it has like all the people you know, and it's like, oh, they like this, and then you look at the next thing and it's a sponsored ad, and it's like, why did they like the ad?
Back
It's not.
exercises.
It's just trying to put it up as like, oh, look at the post here, click on the thing, see what your friends like. And it's like, no, that's just an ad. Fuck off. Get off my feed.
Best part about the Lad Bible post on Facebook is you click the top comment and some guy has clicked on the article, found out what it is, and he goes, don't worry about it. This is a story from 2006. Nothing relevant about what they have in the photo. And you're like, hectic.
Yeah.
That's it. That's all you need.
Okay, yeah, so I've just quickly jumped onto the Lad Bible website, and one of the top ones is Kingdom Come Deliverance 2, free download available, like you've got to click on it to see the rest of it. Do we think this is going to be some bullshit that it is like free download if you buy the game?
Yeah, it's going to be some little cosmetic item in there.
Yeah, I think it might be...
Because they free download for 24 hours.
I reckon it's going to be that goddamn headgear right there in the photo.
Yeah, you know what? Yep, it probably is. So it's obviously trying to make it look like the game's free.
Look at the very next line.
Yeah.
A little treat for your new game.
Let's have a look.
You will get this from watching certified streamers on Twitch. If you watch for 9 hours, you get it for free. There it is. Warhorse,
the Warhorse armor set will be guaranteed to players who tune into the latest Twitch streams.
Fucking called it.
For the game, but your specific streamers, so be mindful. See, look at that shit. Like, it's deliberate. Like, I reckon if you go back here, if you go onto it, it's either they've got a certain caps, like, limit of...
They've spaced it out just enough so that it says...
Or they can control it.
Oh, 100%. Because if you scroll further down, there's a whole thing there with Luke Skywalker. It's spaced out correctly. There's more words there than there is in the first one. And it finishes the sentence perfectly fine.
It's terrible.
Oh, look at that. Go to the Batman fans rejoice. We got my boy right here.
All right.
Yeah.
Batman fans rejoice as new Arkham game quietly teased. All right, let's have a look at this. This seems like the biggest bullshit.
It's from an hour ago.
It'll be either about Arkham Shadows or the Batman Beyond one we were talking about.
I reckon there's going to be something about a PC port, or like they're going to do a trilogy of games released.
They're remastering the original trilogy.
They've already done 1 and 2.
Yeah.
They haven't done... Night would be cool, but again...
It's too new. It doesn't need it.
No, I remember this from about 4 months ago. Scroll up. Where is it? As reported by a financial call with Warner Brothers Discovery, it says that the president has not only teased a Hogwarts Legacy sequel, but also a new Mortal Kombat Game of Thrones, but in particular Batman. What they meant by that is they want to go...
Yeah,
they want to go back to the games that made the company money, which was the big IPs.
Yeah, so it's quietly teased. It also says here, hopefully if Rocksteady Studios is working on a new Batman game. Bro, what? Hopefully
No, there's nothing.
Shut up.
There is absolutely nothing saying they're going to do a new game. The Warner Brothers goes, we want to make more money. We'll go back to the stuff that's already made us money and pump more money into that.
You know what we should do? We should start like a wall of shit or something like that of all of our enemies. EB Games is on there.
It's in the middle.
Yeah, EB Games is the middle. It's our diagram with all of our string and everything around it.
Like Charlie Day's one from...
from Always Sunny.
Yeah.
Gaming Bible, Game Rant is on there as well. We've just got to find all the stuff we hate because we are very positive here.
This is going to be a big board.
It is going to be a big board.
I'm sure we can find some way we can put a digital one up on the green screen.
Oh, God, yeah. I mean, I don't know.
We'll work that out.
Yeah, we'll do something later. But you know what?
Stay tuned.
Gaming Bible, Gaming Lad Bible, you've been added to our shit list. Bam!
I just had a really good idea. I will tell you after.
Okay, remember it though.
No, I know exactly what it is.
Okay, write it down so you don't forget. But should we call it our shit list? Should it be something else? Something gaming related?
Oh, I don't know. You
Our
put me on
shift
the
list.
spot now. Yeah. I don't know. You put me on the
Shit
spot.
list.
I don't know what we could call that.
I don't know.
The game over list.
We're
but that's
both. We're
kinda
all.
just-
Two of us are creative. We'll find something.
Yeah. One of us is. The list where it's the people on it that we do not like, and it's because they do things that offend us and we do not like. That's what Brock would say. We love Brock here. We really do.
We'll call it the
Slightly acoustic.
But Brock, he is slightly acoustic.
we'll call it the shovelware list.
The shovel. No, we're not. But Brock, you would
This is why you're not in charge of creative decisions.
Brock, you would be. You should go to uni because you would hit every single word cap. They need. Oh, I needed 3,000 words in this essay. Yeah, I do 85,000. How about that,
Brother? He's going to be the
over-explain.
case study.
Can I fucking talk? My God.
No.
I
Go.
over-explain things. Yes, it is a fault of mine.
As he says while he's
Yeah.
over-explaining.
I'm glad that we let you say that because we didn't know that.
I was admitting to the fault.
Admitting defeat.
Well, also, for one of our viewers, I have been told this will annoy you.
Yeah, sorry, Brendan.
Yeah, that's purely just for your enjoyment.
You know we're big
Actually,
time
no,
when we're
you're not gonna
singling
like that
out
one, but-
certain viewers.
Yeah.
Oh, where'd the other one go? You had one that was gonna, I said, was probably gonna actually.
Yeah, I'm not getting that. That's from like 15 years ago. It doesn't move quickly.
Oh,
that
yeah.
one still works fine.
Oh, that's the one that you stole, isn't it?
It was left at our place of employment, and I also removed it from the place of employment.
Okay.
He was tidying up.
Yeah, it was left by a customer. So
That was bald and last name started with J.
no, he took that one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
All right.
that was the first thing I asked. Was like, is this his? And it wasn't.
Crazy that. We had something else to talk about.
We were gonna talk about
Battle passes or was something else?
I mean, there was that. Yes, we were
But
gonna talk
what
about.
are you going to say? Depending on what's cooler. We'll
What
talk
we were
about.
talking about out when we were having dinner.
I don't know. That's why I'm asking you.
I wasn't there for the conversation.
Talking about games releases on consoles that have been dead for years.
Oh, yeah. No. no.
Sorry, did I over-explain that? Did you lose your train of thought?
Oh, yeah, I love this.
You
I love
arseholes.
this. No, you
Absolute
getting you biting
arseholes.
back is so good.
We need
No,
more content.
We need it. Woo! But no, you're right. We were looking at this video by Rocket Sloth. Shout out to Rocket Sloth. Really good channel.
Yeah.
Used to be a almost solely Halo content channel. But now they do a lot of stuff. Really interesting. Good, like chuck in the background or 2-hour video about sort of like Did You Know Gaming esque sort of videos where it's like 2-hour facts about Mario or this whatever thing, and you chuck it in the background when you do
You'd be
something.
good with those type of videos.
I think
Yeah,
I would be good with that, honestly.
No, I mean like producing those types of videos.
Yeah,
Oh, I think
lose
I would
focus
be
too often.
actually. You remember those morning meetings where there was certain trivia, gaming related things, and I called a bit of an upstir because I was
A
faster.
bit of an upstir.
Wait,
You made the man cry.
Should we go into this?
Yeah, well.
Oh,
We won't name names.
I don't know if we should.
I might be too fast with my gaming trivia, and I think it's caused people drama.
Tom is autistic for numbers and gaming facts, and some people did not like that.
Wait, I rate that.
Am I wrong?
Yeah, you're not. I am really
that,
good
that,
with
that
that.
really
Game.
puts a smile on my face.
It really does. Like I think we've got over the hump. Brock is finally a true gamer now.
Oh, jeez.
What were we talking about? Oh, yeah, the games that.
Game releases on consoles that are dead.
Yeah, no, we'll. Yeah, so shout out to Rocket
unalived.
But
Yeah,
like,
side.
we were looking at this video. I was talking. We only got a little bit into it, but
Yeah, it
I
wasn't
remember. The two I remember that I talked about in there was how in 2019, the Wii got a version of Just Dance still.
Got Just Dance 2020.
Yeah, because it was
Which
the year
I,
before.
like,
It's like
I was
a car.
explaining that I bought that game because at the time I was working at a school. I bought it for the Wii.
You wanted to see
It's-
children dance?
No, the children wanted to dance.
Okay.
No, I
They
thought it was going to
yearned
go a
to
different way
dance.
then.
Yeah.
No, they yearn for the mods. By the way, before we get back to that, when the hell's the Minecraft movie coming
Oh
out?
yeah. What's
Wasn't it meant
going
to come
on?
out December?
No. It was 2025.
Sonic was okay.
It wasn't,
Sonic was December.
Yeah, it wasn't.
But with all the
December
trailers
last
they were
year.
dropping, I was assuming it was going to come out like Boxing Day.
No.
No, that was Sonic.
I don't know, but I mean, all the hype around it, like 3rd of April.
What?
What's the American?
3rd of April. It's good enough. I don't care about America.
Yeah.
His name's
It
Garrett.
was not 2024.
Oh. By the way, Jason Momoa's character name is Garrett Garrison in that movie.
Yeah, of course it is.
Yeah.
GG.
Oh,
Yeah.
gamer
Girl.
girl.
No, we
When
have to-
gamer
we have
girls
to
were a
work-
big thing.
Yeah. We have to try and get a guest on soon.
Yeah.
Like we're slowly
gonna
going
say
insane.
I think that's
You were going to say
Impossible.
something else in my mind. Then
That
I'm
is-
like, oh, God, where's this going?
That is impossible.
impossible.
Mm.
Miss Impossible. It's like Kim Possible, but not as good.
Come on, stay on topic.
Yeah, games that were
We
released.
released
Wait, it
Just
was
Dance.
Just
Yeah.
Dance.
We're getting delusional.
Yeah, these are the best ones, I reckon, though. No, the Wii released Just Dance in 2019 for Just Dance 2020 on the Wii, but they stopped making it for the Wii U like 3 years before or something.
Yeah. What was that?
Oh, you just got a fucking boner or something. Bong.
Is that mine or yours?
It was you. You're the one who's your mic. Stop touching it.
I want to know how I did that. Anyway,
It's because you go like that.
anyway, no, there's been, like, you see it a lot of the times on...
You're an idiot. He's doing it.
You see it on Kickstarter a lot of the time where it's stuff like, oh, if we reach this tier, we'll release it on the Game Boy Advance or stuff like that. And it's like, how are you still releasing it for a console that is so far out of production?
If you can't
Like,
give me
why
Pokemon
you're
Emerald,
releasing
I
it?
don't want Just Dance on the Wii.
Yeah. There was one like 2 years ago. They were like, oh yeah, it's finally released out on, it's like a NES cartridge or something they released it on. It's like, who still has a working, well, I mean, plenty of people still have working
Bro, you
NES,
probably
but-
do.
I'm sure we could find one.
Yes, I do.
Do you reckon, like, sort of how like vinyls come back and then all bands going, oh, we're going to release our album on vinyl and then cassette and CD and all this sort of thing. No one buys CDs anymore.
Limited Run Games already does it.
Yeah.
They release stuff on older consoles.
I
And
think
it's,
that'd be- it's cool.
They look cool, but it's also dumb.
Yeah. I'd happily buy the case of, like, say they did Call of Duty Black Ops 5 or whatever number they're up to now.
See,
On a Game Boy cartridge. Didn't have to work if it just
No.
looks like it's a
But
real
no, see, I
release.
think that's a better idea. Still have the game as a modern game, but just release the box art or the cover art as, like, you know, the old PS1 and PS2 crystal cases, or PS1 only. Sorry. Release it as the
This one.
Yeah.
This one right here.
My Road Rage game in the crystal case looks
Yeah.
hectic.
Release it in the Game Boy Color
You're gonna get
square
some
box and everything. Like,
fucking pussy by
that
having
would-
that. Hey babe, look at my fucking Black Ops 5. It's in the jewel case. Get ready. Get on them knees, bitch. Suck. Lick. Twist that dick.
he's making me uncomfortable now.
Have you not been uncomfortable this whole time?
Not until he started doing that.
But like, yeah, if I could get like a Game Boy Advanced, like how they used to do the old cardboard covers for the
Oh,
boxes,
Yeah.
that would be hectic.
Yeah.
I don't know
That would be
what's-
very nice.
Yeah. All right, I think that's it. I think
Yeah, do you think we get out of this thing?
It's
Yeah.
hot.
They also released FIFA 14 on the PS2. Shall we go now?
Yes.
It's been a weird one.
I can't believe we thought we were going to get 2 episodes done.
We would have if I didn't have to set up half this shit and we got our food on time and didn't have food before and
Yeah, with
All this other
delivery
stuff.
delivery apps hate us. We're going to have to start.
Oh, they
cooking.
do.
Time
need
has not been our ally today. No.
hasn't been your ally for 10 years.
Yeah.
All right.
Alright. Fuck yes, I'm not copping anymore. We'll save it there.
God, yeah.
Bye.
Get me out of this thing.
See you guys. We'll get out of here.